Happy Friday, everyone. It is TGIF, and we are going to talk about your skin today, okay? So I am going to give you guys a few seconds to hop on, and I am going to apply some glow, okay? We're going to get my glow on while I am waiting on you guys, and I'm also going to share this, so just bear with me before we get to like the nitty-gritty of everything. If you are just hopping on and you have never watched, #newbie, and I can shout you out. So let me share this real quick, just real quick. Hey, Skylar. Hello, hello. Okay, share, because sharing is caring. All right. All right, guys. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready? Let me do my other arm. I started doing one arm and then I decided I should probably do the other arm while I'm waiting for you guys. So this is our new Beachfront Kissed Shimmering Body Oil. Sun-kissed? No, not sun-kissed. And it is absolutely freaking amazing. I woke up this morning and still had shimmer going on from yesterday. For real. I did. Okay. So yeah, you can kind of see it on my hands, how it glitters. It's like you're from Twilight. It just shimmers and glitters, and it's just absolutely beautiful, okay? And look at the bottle. The bottle's fabulous. So let's talk about your skin. As many of you guys know, your skin is the largest organ in your body, okay? It is able to kind of like change rapidly depending on what is going on outside in the climate, different environmental stuff that you are seeing or like contacting. Your skin, your hair, skin, and nails basically show everything. Changes in prescriptions or any kind of supplements that you're taking, smoking, quitting smoking, getting pregnant, going through menopause, stuff like that, as well as age changes what your skin is like, okay? So you may have one skin type when you are younger, and as you age, you may notice that your skin is changing. It's not holding on to moisture as much. So we're going to cover all of the different things that you need to know about how to figure out your skin type, okay? Because that's really big. What that means for you and how you can handle it and keep it in control. And 3, what kind of products to use with that, okay? So we're going to start with oily skin. Usually you know if you have oily skin. If you are like an oil slick come midday, like you put your makeup on, you do everything, and come lunchtime, if your makeup is pretty much melting off your face or you already feel like you have to reapply because it has smeared in certain areas, guaranteed you're oily, okay? And this isn't a bad thing. There's a lot of different things, like I said, that can attribute to your oily skin, but there are different things that you are going to want to know. But if you feel like your face is melting, then you're probably oily skin. So I am really big into skincare. It's not something that has always been a passion of mine because I really wasn't educated on skincare before. And now that I am in my 30s, I am trying to change or like turn back the clocks of time or the hands of time, like Cher said, so that I can protect my skin from all the damage that I did when I was younger. I didn't wear sunscreen. I didn't wash my face every night. All that kind of stuff built up, and so that's where my skin is now. I've got some hyperpigmentation. I've definitely got some sun damage, especially on my nose, my forehead, stuff like that, okay? So let me share with you guys some of the key foundational products to taking care of the largest organ in your body, which is the skin. If you have issues, if you have acne, if you have oily skin or you have dry skin, your makeup and your foundation isn't necessarily laying on your skin the way you want it to. If you kind of take a look back and take a peek at what your skincare routine is, you may be able to answer some of your own questions, okay? Are you washing your face daily? What kind of moisturizer are you using? What kind of cleanser are you using? Okay. All these things can really, really add up. Are you using like an oil-based product around your eyes and then not washing it off in the morning? There's so many different things, but I can give you a really good foundation. But unless we're actually taking care of the actual issues going on with your skin first, nothing will be different, right? So we are going to start with oily skin, and I'll kind of go through the different ages, okay? So what you may use for oily skin in your 20s, you may have to add a few other products when you get to your 30s and 40s. So we're gonna kind of break that down. So let me grab a few of these real quick so that I can show you. So obviously you're gonna wanna start with a really good cleanser. As someone who used to buy like $4.99 Clean and Clear, the ones with those little microbeads in it to get a really good scrub, that was my jam. That was my skincare routine right there. Until I heard that actually some states were banning that product from being sold because those little microbeads were actually getting into the waterways and the water systems, and it was actually killing habitat and it was polluting stuff, okay? So I stopped using it and I switched, and at the time we had two completely different facial cleansers. So our products have gotten a lot better, okay? The science behind them, the technology has gotten really good. So you're gonna want a cleanser that is going to be specifically made for combination to oily skin, okay? And we will kind of talk about the difference between combo and oily. I'm trying to figure out, maybe I should do that now. You guys wanna do that now? Do you want me to like break down what the skin types are before we go into like regimens and like details and tips for you guys? If so, let me know. My skin is super dry, but when I get hot, ever since I had my daughter, it drips sweat. Yeah. Well, dripping sweat and being oily are two different things, okay? Your metabolism may be running at a faster rate, which is causing you to sweat, but having oil is going to be a different situation. So I know exactly what you mean, because ever since I started doing like this macro counting, my body has been sweating it out a lot more, okay? So what I used to sweat versus what I sweat now at like a lower heart rate is way different. Okay, you guys want me to break it down? So like I said, oily, your face is basically melting off by midday, okay? Combo skin, you've got some areas that are oily, typically like the T-zone, like up here, down here, down here. You've got certain areas that are oily, some areas that are dry. That's what they consider combination. Normal is you're not dry, but you're not oily. You don't really swing like drastically in one direction or another, and you don't really necessarily have trouble areas. You may notice some seasonal changes in your skin when you have normal skin. For like someone like me who lives in Cincinnati, when we have our cold winters, my skin gets super dry. It needs all the moisture. The air is sucking all of the moisture out of the air, so you're gonna see a lot more static cling. You're gonna see all kinds of things. So if you think about how the heater that you have on in your home is sucking out all of that, it's also going to be sucking all the moisture out of your skin, so it needs to be replenished, okay? If you have normal skin, you may notice changes within like, specifically when you get pregnant, when you go through menopause, when you go through any kind of stressful changes in your life, that's where you might see the fluctuations. But for the most part, normal skin, you don't really go one way or the other. You can kind of get away with a lot more when you have normal skin. Now dry, if you feel like you could sand down a piece of wood with your face, you are probably dry skin, okay? If your skin feels like a desert and feels like no matter how much moisture and product you put on your skin, that it is not enough, you are probably dry, okay? Some areas that I have normal skin. I would consider myself normal skin, but I do every now and then have some really dry areas, and it is typically right here in the nose. Does that drive anyone bananas when you have dry skin flaking off right here? Yeah. Because I struggle with that. So that's where I really have to implement a stronger moisture, especially around there. Now, Here's one of the things though that a lot of people are misinformed about. They think that if they have, oh hey bugs, yeah, like no matter what, then your makeup starts peeling off and it's like, oh, I don't have dandruff on my face, I promise. I really promise, okay? The misconception is that if I have oily skin, I need to wash my face constantly, okay? I wash it and then I feel like I have to wash it again and then I have to wash it again because the oil just keeps coming back. That is a myth. And the reason that your skin is actually making more oil is because your body is meant to produce it. So when you're stripping away that oil from the face, your body is saying, oh crap, we need more. So they're producing more. You wash it off, they're saying, oh, we just made more and now they need more. They're producing more, okay? So it's almost like this supply and demand. Your body is made to produce that oil, and when you're stripping it away, you're actually telling your body to make more of it, okay? So that's one thing that people typically do wrong if they have oily skin. But you'll want to make sure that you're using a proper cleanser. Yes, Ashley, it is very, very much like your hair. If you wash your hair every single day, you're stripping away that oil and your glands are actually saying, we need to produce more. So people will keep washing it saying, my hair just keeps getting oily and oily and oily and I need to keep washing it. You'll actually notice that if you cut down, it may be torture at first, and a great dry shampoo is really gonna help, but it may be torture the first couple days, but as your body regulates the amount of oil that it needs to produce, it's actually going to give you longer wear between your showers, okay? So that's totally off topic, but they are very, very similar. The way the body's hair creates oil, your face is doing the same, okay? And you may often notice that if your hair swoops over your face or you have bangs, that you may actually break out in those areas more so than other people because of that oil that's sitting there. So not only do you have the oil being produced from your face, but then you've also got the products and the oil from your hair being placed onto your skin as well, okay? So now that we understand there's different skin types and kind of knowing why or how we are different skin types, we're gonna kind of talk about what your routine should look like as far as what to use in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, and so on, okay? So I do have notes so that I don't miss anything, but let's start with oily skin. You're gonna want to use a pore purifying cleanser. It actually has jojoba beads in it that are gonna give you a deeper scrub, but it's also going to help cut down on the oil production, okay? So having a cleanser that is actually specific to the needs of your skin is really imperative because it's not a one size fits all. You can't just use one singular product that isn't specifically gauged to your skin type because no two people have the same skin type, okay? So pore purifying cleanser, I swear by this no matter what skin type you have. Where is she? Here she is. Rose water spray. You guys have heard me talk about this many, many times. It is in the new presenters kit, which is why I love it so much. But this is actually it can work as a toner. It can help with the production of oil. It can do a lot of things. It can also help with any kind of redness on your face. If you have like flare-ups of eczema or rosacea, this can actually help calm down that redness and calm down any of the bumps, all that stuff, okay? So this is one of those miracle products, and no matter what skin type you are, I say rose water is a go, okay? Rose water is amazing. You're also going to want a daily moisturizer that is meant for your skin. So this is another common myth or misunderstanding, is that because my skin is oily, I don't need moisture, okay? I don't need to be moisturizing my skin. I have enough oil to go around, okay? Wrong. Just because your skin is oily doesn't mean that it doesn't need moisture still, okay? Moisture and oil are two totally different things. Yes, Erica, it is amazing for sunburns. Amazing. So just because you have a lot of oil in your skin and your skin is producing oil doesn't mean that you don't need moisture. So finding a moisture or a renewing day cream. Gray, you're on your own. Mommy's live. You've got to try to wipe yourself. Okay, well, Daddy should be home soon and he'll be able to help you. Lord have mercy. If you guys haven't watched me before, you are now in the flesh getting to experience my life. Every single time that I go live, my 5-year-old, who has yet to learn to wipe his own booty, knocks on the wall. Oh, you're here in time.
What?
Gray is on the toilet.
Okay.
He just started knocking while I'm live. So yeah, that's my life in a nutshell. So finding a day cream that is going to be right for your skin, even if you have oil. So this is the Renewing Day Cream, okay? This is specifically formulated to help those with oil, to make sure that you have that moisture, but also to help cut down on the production of that oil. It has SPF in it, so if you are sensitive to SPF, we also have Divine, which is really, really great for your skin type, but it doesn't have the SPF. So you've got two options, even if you have oily skin, okay? So finding an appropriate cleanser, finding an appropriate day cream, because you need both, okay? Okay, we also have some masks and some treatments that are really, really good to help in between. So like, as like an added treatment, an extra little spa day at home, okay? It's like me bringing the spa to you so that you can feel glamorous and pampered. Help control the oil if you're gonna do, where is it? Oil control mask, okay? So if you are truly, truly super oily skin, I highly suggest this one as like your go-to. It is super cooling. It almost feels like when you put cucumbers on your face. Don't tell me you didn't do that when you were younger, trying to pretend like you were at the spa with cucumbers on your face. Okay, so this is actually going to cut down on the oil production on your face. It's going to help mattify your face so that you don't look shiny and oily, because we don't want to look shiny, okay? We want to have a nice glow. We want to look like J-Lo, but we don't want to be like looking like an oil slick, right? So actually before our training, the night before our training, I did this because I wanted to make sure that while I was on stage and while we were there all day and I wasn't touching up my makeup, that those areas that do tend to get oily when I'm stressed and under a lot of pressure, that they are under control. So I like to do this. And I also kind of like customize, like if I'm oily in one area and dry in another, I will literally make like a customizable mask where I'll do maybe detox right here and then exfoliating here, and then like in my T-zone area, the oil control. So I have the resources and the products to be able to do that. But if you had to pick one and you were super, super oily, I would by far go with either the oil control or the detox mask, okay? And something that I learned through like all the research and stuff that I've been doing on skincare is that oily skin is actually like a magnet to dirt, okay? Sorry, I'm trying to open this. They are a magnet to anything in the environment that can clog their pores. So they're more susceptible to blackheads and all of that because of it. So making sure that you're detoxing your skin and removing any of those impurities that may have landed on your skin is going to help with the overall appearance of your skin, okay? So let me try to get my tweezers out so I can try to open this. This may be... Where did I put my tweezers? This may be the mask that I haven't opened in a while, but it is black. It is activated charcoal, and it is going to draw out those impurities. If you are switching to a natural deodorant, you can also use this on your armpits. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Well, if for the life of me I can get this open, I will show you what it looks like. We're gonna move on, but Here's what it looks like. It actually is black. And it like bubbles and it pops, and it's kind of like if you were to put like Rice Krispie treats on your face where they like snap, crackle, and pop. That's kind of like the sound and the feeling that you get, and it kind of tickles, but it makes your skin feel so amazing, okay? So as you get into like your 30s and your 40s for oily skin, I would also add in a time correcting night cream, which is my jam. This is probably one of my favorite must-have. No matter where I am in the world, I need this, okay? Time correcting night cream. It's going to help with the anti-aging process as well as adding some moisture, okay? Because like we said, oily skin still needs moisture and love too, okay? It comes with a little spatula so you can scoop it, and it's meant to be at night, okay? Remember, time correcting night cream. We will discuss dry skin in a second, but if you have oily skin, I would highly suggest doing this at night because it is thicker, okay? Now, if you have dry skin, that's a whole different ball game. Totally different ball game. But I absolutely love this stuff so much. And then also, you can, as you get into like your 40s, I personally use it in my 30s because let's be honest, I've got wrinkles. I've got wrinkles, I've got fine lines. I didn't take care of my skin the way I should have, and now I am reversing the cycle, okay? So instant lifting serum, I do a little under my eyes, I do a little on my forehead. Sometimes I'll do it right here to give a little extra lift, and it's gonna just kind of tighten everything a little bit, and it does have long-term benefits, okay? And then as a night serum, I do the beauty serum, okay? So it's a little dropper, and I literally do like a drop here, a drop here, a drop here, and a drop here, blend it in, and then put my time correcting night cream on. So even though you have oily skin, and it sounds very counterintuitive to do an oil on oily skin, it actually isn't a bad thing, okay? It's not a bad thing. So, combo skin. Combo skin is going to be very much like the oily skin. You're just going to kind of pick and choose which mask you're gonna do, really, okay? So you can still use the pore purifying cleanser. You can still use the renewing day cream for the oil control. And then you kind of get to pick and choose which mask you want to add into the mix, okay? If you have those areas that are drier that you want to keep under control, or if you really do want to exfoliate, all that stuff. Now, I'm going to get to dry skin because this is the one I have experienced the most, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't know enough about. Even though it's dry skin, and we all know what dry skin is and all that stuff, it's amazing the effect it can have on your makeup application, okay? So, if your skin feels like a desert, and it is constantly like screaming out for moisture, constantly like, feed me, please just feed me. Tip number one, drink lots of water, okay? The more water you put into your body, the more water that's gonna go into your skin, okay? But next is, as your skin is natural, what is that? Oh, ketchup. As your skin is shedding naturally like it does, okay? I know that doesn't sound very awesome, but we are very much like snakes, and we do shed our skin, okay? And we actually shed a lot of skin in a day, okay? The amount of skin cells that we lose in a day is bananas, okay? And if you're not constantly exfoliating that off of your skin, all those dead skin cells are just layering on top of your skin. So give me some love if you have ever looked at your face in the mirror and you're like, my skin looks so dull. It looks so flat. It looks so like monochromatic, like it's lackluster. It doesn't have that brightness that I want. That is actually just dead skin cells that are layering on your skin, and we need to flush those off, okay? So the biggest thing that I can tell you if you have dry skin is to create an exfoliation regimen, okay? So taking the exfoliating mask is one of the best things you can do. And you are going to start to notice your skin is looking brighter, okay? You're starting to see a natural glow when you don't have makeup on, okay? When you are making a point to flush off all that dry skin every week, you're really, really, really gonna start to notice that enhancement, okay? So it actually has little granules in it, okay? And it's gonna give you a really nice scrub to remove all of that dead, dry skin cells, okay? We don't want them. They're taking up space and they're not paying rent, and it's not fair, okay? They're making the house a mess, and if they're gonna stay here, they need to do some work, right? Okay. So one of my favorite ways to use this exfoliating mask is to mix it in with my cleanser. Yes, the exfoliating mask is bomb diggity, guys. It is so incredible. And if I had to live with just one mask for the rest of my life, it would be exfoliating mask. And this is why. I take my moisture boosting cleanser, which is specifically formulated for normal to dry skin, and I mix a little bit of this. You do not need a whole lot because you're just scrubbing your face, okay? All of these products are very, very pigmented, or not pigmented, concentrated. So a little bit goes a long way, and they move. They blend. So when you put even the skincare on your face, a little bit goes a long way, and as you kind of work it into your skin, you'll notice that it kind of moves out. So you don't need a whole lot of product. But a little bit of this with a little bit of the moisture boosting cleanser, and that is my morning scrub, okay? It is going to remove everything. If you have super sensitive skin, it also kind of lessens the intensity of the granules, okay? So start with a little, and you can always work up a little bit more. And then as far as day cream, if you have literally super intensely, insanely dry skin, then I would say you can try the time correcting night cream as a day cream. For me personally, it is too heavy because it is thicker. It's meant to be a night cream, okay? But if your skin is that starving for moisture, you can give that a try, okay? But for those of you guys that are not that thirsty, okay, hydrating day cream, it is the one that is specifically formulated for dry skin, and it has SPF. Or again, if you are sensitive to SPF on your face, then you can use the Divine one, okay? So 2 different options for each. Rose water spray, always. As you get into your 30s and 40s, that's when I would start adding in the instant lifting serum, the beauty serum, and time correcting night cream. I feel like no matter what, you should be using time correcting night cream. It's absolutely amazing. So amazing, okay? So let me make sure that I covered that. One more tip actually no, 2 more tips as far as skincare goes. If you have oily skin, lukewarm water is going to be your best option. It is going to break up the oils better than if you use cooler water. And then regular cleansing for both dry and oily skin. For dry, oily combo, normal, you want to be cleansing every day. So let me break it down for you, because a lot of people aren't doing this. And you're gonna notice a big change in the way your makeup lays on your skin if you're doing this. So what do we do at night? We cleanse, and then we put these products on. We put our night cream on, we put our beauty serum on, which is an oil. We put all these things on, and then we sleep. And while we're sleeping, then our body is producing more oils. So when we wake up in the morning, can you turn that down? I'm trying. When you wake up in the morning and you don't cleanse that off and you put makeup over top of it, you're starting with an oily canvas, okay? You're already starting without having a fresh, clean slate, okay? So making sure that you are cleansing every single morning and every single night is really, really important, okay? Because if you, let's say for example, you put the beauty serum on under your eyes, maybe up here, and then you go to do your eye makeup the next day and you haven't cleansed it, and you put your liners on, and although the liners are smudge proof, they are now no longer smudge proof because that oil that you have on your skin is actually creating a barrier, okay? So it's not allowing it to fully penetrate the skin, and it is actually going to smear off. And then you're probably gonna say, well, Megan, you told me that these were smudge proof. So the way that your makeup applies on your skin goes back and is kind of contingent on what your routine looks like, okay? So this is why I ask the questions that I do. This is why I kind of need to know ahead of time, what does your routine look like? What are we doing? How much time do you have to invest? What does your skin feel like? By noontime, what's it like, okay? So asking the right questions gives me the information that I need to know to build you a customizable set and to give you a great foundation so that when you do apply your makeup, whatever makeup it may be, that it applies well and you feel beautiful and confident in it, okay? So that is what I suggest as far as starting your skincare regimen, okay? Knowing your skin type, knowing what products to put on it. And now we're gonna kind of go in real quickly. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit quicker for this one. We're going to go in what products to use on your face as far as makeup goes when you have different skin types, okay? Thank you, Janet. I'm glad that you took something away from it. At least if you can take at least one thing away from it, that is amazing, okay? So if you have oily skin, your best friend is going to be a setting powder, okay? Which we do have a new one that just launched today. A pressed powder, a loose powder, which, do I have a loose powder over here? Do not have a loose powder over here. A loose powder, some kind of powder, okay? The powder is actually going to help absorb that oil and to create that matte effect. So if you have oily skin and you go to put, say, a BB cream, like a liquid over top of it, it's just going to create more shine on your face, and we don't want to add more shine, okay? We want to kind of reduce that shine and kind of matte out your complexion a little bit. So if you have truly oily skin, you're going to want to go more towards the powders, okay? Also, in my particular company, our liquid foundation, can you guys be quiet, please? You're not sleepy. You slept a lot last night, mister.
Especially me.
Yeah, we all did. We slept a lot.
I slept longer.
Our liquid foundation, even though it goes on as a liquid, it dries as a powder finish. So if you kind of are in the combo zone, then you can get away with a little bit more, okay? Truly oily, I would say stay in the powder family. Be it loose powder, be it pressed powder, be it just setting powder, okay? Whatever you might want, okay? And that all just depends on how much coverage you want. If you are in the combo to oily family, then liquid foundation is an option. If you're more the combo option, I would recommend liquid with maybe like a powder over top of it in those T-zone areas, okay? Hey, Crystal! Hey! I know, you guys probably aren't used to seeing me over here yet, right?
My old teacher is on?
No, not Miss Crystal. No, different Crystal, okay? So you may have to add a little bit of a powder, be it pressed powder, be it setting powder, in those T-zone areas where you tend to get a little bit more oily throughout the day. Now, if you are dry, then you're gonna want to replace that moisture, right? So we replaced our moisture in our skincare regimen, but now we have to make sure that we're replacing that moisture in our skincare, okay? So if you have super dry skin and you put powder over top of it, it's trying to soak up and absorb any of the moisture that it can get, okay? So it's kind of counterproductive, okay? So you are going to want something, again, either like this or even our BB cream, okay? BB cream is a very sheer coverage though. So if you do want more coverage, you're going to want to consider maybe like a concealer mixed in it. But this is the tinted moisturizer. So as the name says, it's going to help add moisture back into your face. And this is a great summertime product for me. This is kind of my go-to in the summer. It's easy. It's going to give me some natural SPF, and it's also going to just kind of give my skin that moisture that it needs. One more option that you can choose from if you have dry skin is our cream foundation, okay? And I absolutely love using this cream foundation when my skin is really crying out for moisture, okay? It's more like a medium coverage, so I'm getting more coverage than I would with the BB cream, but I'm getting that moisture that I need. It's adding a little bit more to my face. And as far as application, I am going to tell you right now, if you order the cream foundation ever, you need to add this brush to your cart too. You will use this brush for everything, but it is so crucial when using this, okay? If you use this, it's going to give a very light, a very airy, airbrushed feel to it versus something that, let's see, versus using, where is it? I have a flat paddly brush that it doesn't necessarily blend it into my pores the way that I want, okay? So cream foundation is a great option for our dry skin ladies, okay? Setting spray and setting powder. If I have oily skin, if I have dry skin, which setting powder or setting product should I use? My go-to answer is if you have dry skin, you're probably going to want to go the setting spray route, okay? If you have oily skin, you're probably going to want the setting powder so it can absorb that moisture, okay? Primer. Primer is for everyone, okay? Primer is going to help seal in that oil production to give you a little bit longer wear throughout the day without your face feeling like it's melting off when you have oily skin, okay? A little bit goes a long way. So if you really have oily skin, you don't need a whole lot. A little less than a pea-size amount for your entire face. Very minimal amount. And then if you have oily lids, which many of you do, there's some different tricks that I can teach you guys as far as your eye products go. So that'll probably be for another day, but again, eye primer and some setting powder is going to be really helpful if you are trying to mattify your eye so that your mascara doesn't transfer or so that your eye products don't crease, stuff like that. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you learned anything from it at all, feel free to share it. My name is Megan Dashley. I am a Black Status Level 1 presenter, and I hope that you learned something about skincare, something about your skin that maybe you didn't know, and this will help you in your daily routine. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.